Okay guys, this is a plow rig that I made up, or a manual plow for my Kiotti tractor. It's something I found on Uncle Henry's. It was a plow frame, just push plate, and it was $300. And it is definitely worth every penny that I put into it. It's a 7-foot blade. It came with skids or pads on the bottom, and it was a little bit of fabrication work, and I'm going to get into that with you about it. As you can see, most of the work was in the push frame, and I wanted this to be able to fully function with tilt, and it worked out beautifully. And fortunately, a Kiotti bucket is a 1-inch pin system. So by going down to my local tractor supply, I was able to buy pins at a real reasonable price. There's 4 of them. And I made the frame a little extra wide because it'll actually attach to another fella's tractor. So that's the reason for all the shims in there. It has to be able to move around a little bit. But so far so good. Had a great winter plowing with it. Really like it. And I'm going to shoot some video and give you an idea of, how I put this thing together and how it functions. So stay tuned. Okay guys, we're going to fire the tractor up and kind of give you an idea or overview of how this all works. So basically, you can see I tilted the plow forward, and what it does is it engages the blade, and I can tilt it farther forward and actually just have it straight. At this stage right here, those pads aren't doing anything. The blade's actually making contact. So if I'm doing like a hard surface like an asphalt driveway, I can just put the blade right down like you normally would with a truck. What I'm going to do is tilt it back and put it down and show you how these skids or pads keep the blade edge from making direct contact with the plow surface. So if you've got a gravel driveway, you're not ripping it up. And here you can see the pads are making contact with the gravel, and the blade is elevated. Now I can bring the blade to within a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch of the surface, or I can leave it high like this for my initial pass on plowing if I've got a lot of snow. So next I want to show you the pin arrangement and how it works to tilt or turn the blade in either direction. So stand by, here we go.
This is a walking dog pen. As you can see, there's different locations drilled out of the frame, earth out of the frame. And that pin can be pulled, slid to a new location, and reinserted. So that's turned all the way, each direction. Those are the 2 positive stops, right and left. All I have to do is, at any point where there's a hole, insert the pin and lock it in place. So it's got about 30 degrees of motion in each direction.
time to put this plow away for the winter, so next up we're going to do just that. I'm going to disconnect the plow so I can get my bucket back on. Okay, so onto a pallet it goes. I have forks for my tractor, so after I get a few things off of it, I've got a grater blade on the back, and that's going to go on a separate pallet. But we'll take care of it later on and use the forks, pick up the two different pallets, and we'll probably put them away somewhere out back, out of sight, out of mind. All right, here she comes. Pins are fairly easy to take down, so I'm going to change the camera angle at this point. Okay, that's better. So basically the pins you just pull. Let's see if we can turn that one a little bit. So, this is a bushing that I have to bush it over, and I'm going to have to lift her up, I guess. Simple actually, get it apart. here's the pin system. There's 4 of them, and you can see the attachment points where they go. And it's a kind of a juggling act. You got to kind of beat them in to position once you get everything lined up. But not too bad. I mean, it goes together actually easier than it comes apart, surprisingly. So I'm going to start the tractor up. We'll let the frame down here, the push plate, and I'll put things to bed pretty quick. So yeah, I just wanted to give you an overview of how that works. And these go into a plastic bin and they'll be greasy and messy, you know, when I go to put it back together again next fall. But there it is. So let's let this baby down, and next up I've got to go dig out my bucket and put the bucket back in place for the summer. A little policing of the area, and back to the garage with these, and that's that. I'll probably straighten things out with the forks a little later and put everything to bed. Thanks, guys.